GameAtRoN.
Alright, so I received a comment from one of my subscribers, and they were asking, do I use a MicroSD? And the answer is yes, I do use MicroSD. Actually, I have two of them. So the one I'm using currently, let me just take it out right now. It's this one. I'm sure you guys cannot see it. I'll try to put a screenshot of this one. So this is a Transcend 128 gigabyte, and that's the one that I have been using. And the other one I have is identical, so it's 128 and 128. So the reason I believe these are necessary is that if you're using a lot of emulators, if you're using, installing large games, sometimes you have the installation files and you want to just, install them on the C drive or on your SSD. And if you're running out of space, I always prefer to move the installation files to the SD card and then run the installation from there and have it installed on the C drive. I do install games, by the way. You can install games on your on the SD card as well, and they do work. For example, in front of you, I just removed the SD card. If I remove the SD card and there is a game installed on it, and let's say there's like a desktop icon for the game, when I remove the SD card, as soon as I boot up my Win 2, I'll receive a message that it's missing the installed files, or of course the game files are not going to be there. But once you install back and you reboot it again, you'll be good to go. So yeah, the short answer is yes, absolutely. I would say get a micro SD card and try to get as biggest SD card that you can afford. This is my advice to everybody, by the way. If you can afford like a 400 gig SD card, go for it. If you can, afford just like a 256 or 128, whatever, try to save up some money and buy the biggest one that you can afford. Because the prices keep on fluctuating. There is like deals for Christmas, for New Year, for Black Friday, whatever. So try to get the one which you can afford, and try to get the one which is having the best read and write speed. Always better to do some research. Try to put the the model number, or these small codes that you see on the card. Try to look for these and try to get the ones which is having the best read and write speed, because you do need a faster card for your Win 2, especially when if you plan to run games or install games on the SD. So yeah, try to get the biggest one that you can afford, and you will be all set. I've seen some people using USB drives or pen drives here, and they install games on that one. The reason I don't want to use it, because the Win 2 only has one single USB port, and if I want to use something, or if I want to transfer files, or if I want to use it for a peripheral, although I don't have any peripherals right now, I'm just using the Bluetooth, a Bluetooth mouse and a Bluetooth keyboard. But this is only for in case I need to use it. So I don't want to occupy this only single port that I have by putting a pen drive in that. That's just me. Oops. All right. So yeah, absolutely. Get yourself the biggest one you can afford, and you'll be all set.